本日は、以前から、この番組でナイジェリアコミッションという番組で、政治経済等について、解説をいただくスミス教授に、来てもらっておりますので、その辺について、詳しくお聞きしたいと思っております。What do you think about the political situation in Nigeria?
Okay.
Just now.
Okay. Now, the current political situation in Nigeria, as it stands, is going to a better place. The new president, Muhammadu Buhari, since started office in May the 29th, he have shown resilience and strength of leadership in Nigeria. As you might know, Nigeria have been in a very difficult situation during the past administration, and the current president took over. He made some incredible steps. And the incredible steps that he made was that he announced in the day of his inauguration that he is owned by nobody and he owns nobody. And that means that nobody have control over him, so he will do according to the law. And everything will go according to the law, the rule of law. Muhammadu Buhari, since he assumed office since May 29th up till now, there have not been any cabinet. There have not been a minister. And since then, he had been traveling around the world. First of all, he made his first trip to the G8 meetings, which is known as the G7 because Russia was excluded, in Germany. And after that, he came back. He made another trip to Cameroon, Chad, Benin, and Niger. Now, the reason for that, he went there to sit down to have what they call a coalition within the region so they can fight Boko Haram. Boko Haram have been devastating the territory and the northeast of Nigeria. The Nigerian army, the president have instructed the Nigerian army to move their headquarters to Maiduguri, which is the capital of Borno, northeast of Nigeria. Now, Boko Haram have been fought. Most of them have been arrested. Most of them have been killed. And the Nigerian army have worked tirelessly to stop most of the supplies end, from food supplies to ammunition supplies and to chemical supplies and the weapons and all that. And Boko Haram have scattered all over the place using a new strategy, a strategy of killing, using little kids and putting bombs in their body as a suicide bomber, going around the market and mosques and churches and start blowing themselves. Recently, we've had an incident like that in Cameroon. We've had an incident like that in Chad. We had a lot in Nigeria, and even in Abuja the other day. This is very, very worrisome. The president have given a mandate, have given a deadline to the Chief of Staff of Army to end the war of Boko Haram, of terrorism, by December. Now, we don't know if that December deadline would take place or will happen, but there's an effort. And America, through the leadership of Barack Obama, have sent American military assistance to the Cameroonians to help them and train the Cameroon army to fight Boko Haram. Obama also have sent the drone to also, which is going to monitor the activities of Boko Haram. So these are the situation in place. Now, secondly, we're going to talk about the economic of Nigeria. And the economic sector of Nigeria, as we all know, Nigeria assumed the largest economic in Africa sometime last year, exceeding South Africa, having a GDP worth of about $560 billion, And since the president have resumed office, the economy of Nigeria have been in a stampede. Stampede in the sense that because of there are no ministers in place, and the president is working with the permanent secretaries. We in Japan, we call the directors of the ministries. And these permanent secretaries, the brain behind the ministry. They are career workers. They have worked there for a very long time. And with their understanding of the whole situation in the economy and from other ministry, have given the president a better vision how to drive the economy further. But at the meantime, the Nigerian economy is like a standstill, ready to take off. But for it to take off, the president have promised the Nigerian people that we need a stronger institution. A stronger institution, a stronger policy, and a stronger regulation, because without this policy and regulation, then the economic is going to be fragile. It can grow rapidly. It can grow cosmetically, but it cannot grow in the natural way that we all have seen other countries like Japan, China, South Korea, and other developed countries coming up and sustaining the economy for a long term. So these are the area that I see the president is doing very, very well. And recently, he have just nominated his ministers, which the Nigerian Senate, the National Assembly, is screening. Is going the screening process by talking to them, asking them what they've done before, and asking them if what is going to happen if, for example, something or what's the idea in terms of policy, the idea in terms of ideas and all that. So they have already approved 18 ministers already. The ministers are supposed to be 36. 18 have been approved. 3 was interviewed two days ago, and the other one was interviewed yesterday, which was another 5. Now altogether 7. So the process is still going on, and hopefully everything by the end of next week, they will go through the whole process, and before the end of the month, or hopefully by first week of November, we will have the ministers in place. And then the president will now start the functions of his cabinet. But before that, the political situation in Nigeria right now, before I say, is calm, is very stable, is moving to the right direction. The opposition party before now is the current government. The former ruling party is now the opposition. And of course, as in politics, you always have left and right wings, people arguing and disarguing. But at the same time, the president is taking the country to the right direction, a direction of competency, direction of good policy, the direction of selecting the best people to drive the Nigerian economy. So basically, that's what it is right now. Now, in terms of Africa, within the region of West Africa, the ECOWAS, Buhari have shown that leadership of being transparent, and with that, other African leaders are hailing him and telling him that's the right way to go, and he has gained a lot of respect from the international community, from the international leaders, especially from the American United States President Barack Obama. They have met a couple of times in Washington and in New York the other day in the United Nations National Assembly, and they had a good discussion of how to fight the Boko Haram, how to assist Nigeria in many ways. The Americans are coming into Nigeria now, helping Nigeria in the power sector, which is the electric. They're also seeing how they can help Nigeria in the other mineral resources, which is the mining. So there's a lot of potential that will heal the right place for Nigeria. But at the moment, back to the economic part of it, the states, the 36 states of Nigeria are having difficulties to carry on the activities because of the price fall of oil. And the revenue that comes to them every month has been a little bit handicapped for them to manage and pay salaries to their workers and use the money to take care of their projects that they are doing. So the other day we had what they call the bailout. And this bailout was given by the federal government of Nigeria for them to use that money to pay pension and also salary that was owed for a couple of months, and also to execute some of the major and substantial projects that is in place. So these are the situation right now politically, but we do believe that Nigeria has a strong ground in Africa. We do believe Nigeria is the driver, is the key, is the leader of Africa. We do believe also that Nigeria, with the resources that it has, if there are good policies and good regulations in place, and good institution and good people to drive and monitor this ministry and these policies, I think Nigeria economy will grow more rapidly. Thank you.
大体の政治情勢は新しいニュープレジデントによってですね、より政治的な安定期を今作らんとしていると。なお国際関係もニュープレジデントに対する信頼関係が強くなり、国際関係の外交においてもですね、ニュープレジデントは大きな力を発揮していると。国連の場でも各国の外交活動との間では成功し、バラク・オバマもナイジェリアに対する十分な協力姿勢を以前よりもより強くなってきたと。そういう中で、経済は当然政治とこれは連動しますから、経済もアフリカではサウスアフリカとともにアフリカ経済全体を引っ張っていく一つの力を今発揮しつつある。また隣国のカメルーン、ニジェール、チャド等とのいわゆる一つのブロックのコミュニティを作りですね、特にボコハラム対策における国際協力関係が非常に確立できたと。これによりボコハラムとの対決もですね、以前に比べればより強いものを発揮できるだろうと。この12月末までにはボコハラム関係がより解決に向けての成果を生み出す方向で今動いている。年末までに形がつかないとなればですね、今アメリカのミリタリーのコンサルがいわゆるカメルーンあたりでトレーニングをしている。これらがまた協力しですね、ナイジェリアのミリタリーとアメリカコンサルしたグループの力を合わせてテロ対策を行えるのではないかと。いずれにしてもボコハラムがやる自爆テロ、子どもたちが爆弾を体に巻きつけて教会で爆発させて、市民を犠牲にするテロは絶対に防ぐための戦略を、ストラテジーを今作っていると。こういうことでナイジェリアの将来は非常に見通しが明るくなってきたと。こういうことですかね。
そうです。そうです。
そういうことです。
はい。
日本はユーロシアの一員であると。